Good morning, everyone. So we're going to start our meditation this morning. And maybe we take a few moments to just release everything you're thinking about right now, everything that's on your day or your weekly schedule. We're not forgetting about it. We're just setting it aside like you set something on the table. We let those things go. We're going to start with some slow, easy inhalations and exhalations. With each breath, we're bringing us closer to our center. As we breathe in, we're going to be visualizing the center of the I am that you are. As we breathe in, we know that Source allows everything to serve all our needs to be met right here and right now. As we have recognized that universal presence, we also know that we are unified with it. I know that I am one with the infinite mind that has created all that is. As we continue to take deep breaths, we see things that we want to manifest. As we continue to take breaths, we take those things that we want and move them into the realm of what we realize, what we declare, what is. Perfect health, perfect employment, perfect relationships. You may picture yourself on a ship and you're looking out to the vast ocean on the horizon, and we're seeing those things that manifest out there that seem so far away, but we're bringing them, we're attracting them to us. As we continue to breathe in, we're giving thanks to that universal mind, knowing that whatever we have manifested is already done in the mind of God. We'll continue to bring in more gratitude with every breath as we very slowly bring our attention and awareness back to this moment. Take your time. When you are ready, gently allow your outer eyelids to open if you haven't already. We are now fully present, fully refreshed, restored, invigorated, and in this present moment called now. We now conclude the meditation for today's service. Namaste.
Look at the person next to you. Think God loves you and I love you too. Morning, everybody. Feel that love in the sanctuary. Lift your mind and repeat after me. We come together. We come together. We come together. In the name of love, we come together. Come together. Come together. Take a look at the person next to you. Say, I recognize the God in you.
Recognize the God in you.
And feel that love in the sanctuary. Lift your voice, repeat after me. Come together.
Come together.
Come together.
Come together.
Come together.
Come together in the name of love.
We come together.
Come together.
Come together.
Come together.
Come together.
Come together in the name of love.
From every walk of life, every creed and color, in kinship we unite, in honor of the love of each other. Take a look at the person next to you. Say, Namaste, I bow to you.
Namaste, I bow to you.
And feel that love in the sanctuary. Lift your voice, repeat after me. Come together.
Come together.
Come together.
Come together.
Come together.
Come together in the name of love.
We come together.
Come together.
Come together.
Come together.
Come together.
Come together in the name of love.
Everybody, get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Everybody, get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Let us be reminded of who we've come to be. We are love,
We are one big family.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Let's make a joyful sound. Here we stand on holy ground. Let us make a joyful sound. 'Cause here we stand on holy ground. Let us make a joyful sound. Yeah, 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 yeah. Everybody, get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Everybody, get up on your feet now. See the light in everybody you meet. Let us be reminded of who we've come to be. We are love, we are one big family. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
right time. That's where I'm supposed to be. And my soul is welcome here. Yeah, my soul is welcome here. I am getting a message loud and clear. My soul is welcome. My soul is welcome here. My soul is welcome here. My soul is welcome here. Let me hear ya. My soul is welcome here. I said, your soul is welcome here. Yeah, your soul is welcome here. I said, my soul is welcome here. Yeah, my soul is welcome. And my soul is welcome here. Yeah, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. Getting the message loud and clear. Getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. Here's Gene.
Whew, couldn't catch my breath there. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to our spiritual center in Redlands. Thank you to everyone joining us live and in our beautiful sanctuary, and to those who follow us on Facebook live and watch remotely on YouTube. My name is Jean Pogdelau, and it is truly an honor and privilege to welcome you all to our Sunday celebration service. We are a New Thought spiritual community and all-inclusive to all the spiritual truths from all the world's religious traditions and spiritual paths. We focus on philosophy of science of mind, which was developed in the early 20th century by writer and lecturer Reverend Dr. Ernest Holmes, who developed a fresh new way for us to look at ourselves and how we fit into this world. We honor all people from every background, all races, sexual orientations, gender expressions, and spiritual paths. No matter who you are or where you are on your journey of faith, you are always welcomed here. If you are with us for the first time, please raise your hand and allow us to properly greet you. Okay. We are delighted to have you all with us today. A gentle reminder to please silence your cell phones and place them safely away so you may participate more fully. Okay, so now here's Ed?
Nope.
Oh, here's the music.
This is going to be our centering song. There was a boy, a very strange, enchanted boy. They say he wandered very far, over land and sea. A little shy and sad of eye, but very wise was he. And then one day, one magic day, he passed my way, while we spoke of many things, fools and kings. This he said to me: the greatest thing you ever learn is just to love and be loved in return. Magic day he passed my way, while we spoke of many things, fools and kings. This he said to me: the greatest thing you'll ever learn is just to love and be loved in return. The greatest thing you'll ever learn, just to love and be loved in return.
Thank you, Dream Band. Al and Gilman. That was a beautiful song. So if we could just relax and just take a moment as we begin to embrace those words from the song, knowing that the divine right action of the Father, Mother, God, who is within us, around us, and who embodies all that we are and all that we want to be. We're grateful for the power of the Spirit, and we give blessings to those who reach out to us in our prayer line, to our 2 sister centers in Ukraine. And they pray today because of the meeting that they're having, and to ask for prayers for the greatest and highest good for their center. Health for Pavel, for the greatest and highest good also for Batu, and also with love and gratitude, Olga. We know that where we stand in our presence of who we are, we have the power within us to not be sad, but to be happy. To not be afraid, but to be bold. So with these words, we thank the universe and for the Father, Mother, God, to embracing our power within us to be able to go out and share the truth and light and love that we have. And as we accept this, we release it to the universe and say, and so it is.
Good morning again. I have this morning's reading. Good morning, Phil. This was written by Nikki Hamid. You cannot think truth, you feel it. Thus, your truth comes from heart knowing, not from mental mind. Process through your heart always for your own guidance and direction. Your mind cannot know until your heart has given the direction you are going. Your mind will want to contain, but you are infinite and expanding. Let your heart point to and express what is right for you. You cannot construct your shine, it is already there. for it is you in essence. Allow your brilliance shine on.
Shine on.
Thank you, Gene.
Hope for the best and prepare for the worst. Don't get upset if you don't come in first. Shoot from the hip, love from the heart. Take a few moments to take in art. Don't cut in line, just wait your turn. These are the lessons in life to learn. Whoa. Cross every T and look 'em straight in the eye. Don't be embarrassed, let 'em see you cry. Use what you got, use common sense. You'll never get too far sitting on the fence. The respect that you want is the respect that you earn. These are the lessons in life to learn. And as love takes you higher, you can soar through the sky. Let every desire be the reason you try. You can fly above it all. And sometimes you'll fall. Never give up, but sometimes give in. Look where you're going, not where you've been. Take a deep breath, be steady and strong. You can stand for what right and admit when you're wrong. And when you grow up, you're on your own. If you ever feel beaten or sad or alone, to my arms you can always return. These are the lessons in life. These are the lessons in life. These are the lessons in life to learn. To learn.
Al Yankee.
Okay, thank you, Al. So, I'm Ed Torres. Many of you may not know who I am, but I know who I am. No. And I'm here to give a message how Science of Mind teachings have positively impacted my life. And I want to share, first of all, something about February. There's the meaning and spirit of February. February comes from the Latin word febua, which means to cleanse. It is named after Febulana, the month-long Roman festival of sacrifice and atonement. Metaphysically speaking, the month stands for perfection, refining, and purging ourselves from negativity. and to think about the possibilities, those seeds under the snow awaiting to burst forth. I mean, that is very, very powerful if we think about it and what this means, excuse me, about our own personal lives. So, with that, hey, Jean, can you get me my water in the back by the chairs? Thank you. Oh, yes, there it is. Thank you. I apologize. Okay. So, do we all remember Mr. Toad's Wild Ride in Disneyland? Has anyone not gone to Mr. Toad's Wild Ride?
Was that a C ticket?
No, I think it was B, actually. Well, Holly, you have to try that. We'll have to take Holly to Disneyland and go on Mr. Toad's Wild Ride. So anyway, you know, there are three areas that Science of Mind has changed me. And I want all of us to just begin to embrace what I have to say, because this also has to do with each one of us. Because we're all spiritually connected, and we all have likeness and similarities. No matter how similar or not similar, they're all a part of us, because that's what spirit is. That's why we have friends and family, and we have best friends and maybe not so good best friends. But we have people that can share these experiences and help us move on to the next level. So, when I was 20, and this was in the 80s. Yeah, you know. I was involved in the evangelical movement where I accepted Jesus as my Lord and Savior and went to ministerial school. But what I did is I thought, well, if I want one of those mansions, I got to go save some souls, because that's what we were told. So what did I do? I rounded up 100 of my stoner friends. And if you haven't heard that story, I brought them all to church, and they all accepted Jesus. So for any of you who don't quite have a mansion, I have plenty. I think I took up a whole block. But, you know, I'm saying this because I want us all to realize our past, no matter what they are, is not bad. See, our pasts are part of who we are today. And that's something we should be proud of, no matter, you know, what we were taught, what we were told, what we were expected to do. You know, I've met a lot of people, you know, in the Science of Mind movement. And, you know, I've met Jewish people, Hindus, Muslims, Buddhists, Catholics, Protestants, you know, all these different people that when I was a born-again Christian, I was told they're all bad. I would say, oh, no, they're going to hell. And I thought to myself, that's a lot of people. Unless they didn't believe me, believe what I did or who I was or what I was a part of. But, you know, then I started realizing I met some atheists and some agnostics, and I thought, these are loving people. They accept human beings for who they are. They had no, you know, connection to teachings or religion or any expectations of what they had to do, what they didn't have to do. They didn't have any rules or regulations. They would help people just because they were people. And I'm like, wow. So why are they bad? Why were they bad? And so, and what our past does to us, and all of us here, we're all different, and we all have come through different teachings and trainings and told what we shouldn't do and what we should believe and what we should not believe. But you know, the connectivity is that we were not good people. We were always failing. We always committed sins. We're always wrong. And to get out of all of that, we had to focus on a person or a teaching that would forgive us. And then when we'd fall again, we'd have to do it all over again. And if you really wanted to be good, boy, you go to church and you give a lot of money so you can really be cleansed. And that's how we were all growing up. And some of you may have experienced it, some of you haven't. And what I really learned from the atheists and agnostics, who are beautiful people, they're some of the kindest, gentlest individuals that will lend a hand to anyone. So then I'm thinking to myself, why were they different than me? Why did I have to prove something to a teaching or to a religion in order to obtain that kind of goodness and kindness? So, as many of you know, and I did go through it was called the Timothy ministry back then. And it was 12 people, 6 men, 6 women, just like the disciples. And we studied the Bible back and forth, from the beginning to the end, everything. We talked about everything. People from outer space, and this and that, and, how does this play, and, how that relates. And it was very interesting. However, you had to understand that this is what we believed. And if it wasn't in this little square box, then you know what? It's not of God. And I'm like, oh, okay. Until Ed said, I think I'm gay. Well, that was not in the box. So I realized that I needed to remove myself for guilt, failure, wrongdoing. And so I began to grasp onto my first area that I held onto, and to this day I hold on to it, and that is Hebrews chapter 11, verse 1. Faith is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen. And a lot of people look at that and say, wow, that's, I don't know what it means. I don't know why they even talked about it. But defines faith as a fundamental assurance, its substance of future hope, and conviction of evidence of invisible spiritual realities. It acts as a bridge between the unseen, divine promise, and tangible realities, enabling believers to trust in God's work, despite the lack of realistic evidence. In other words, that's what faith is. You walk on ice, you don't know if it's a half an inch or a foot deep, thick. You just know that you have the faith to be able to go and move forward. Science of Mind teaches us the same thing. It says, hey, if you believe in where you want to go unconditionally, without any question, then go. And it will become a reality. Now, as human beings, that's really difficult because we question ourselves. We doubt ourselves. So when I left the ministry and decided, well, the only place I can go to find out who I really am or what it really means is West Hollywood. I mean, this was the 80s. And so I began to understand that these were people who loved, cared, appreciated. And so I had to forgive Ed for holding judgment on Ed. See, it had nothing to do with anybody else. And I had to realize, wait a minute. The imperfect becomes perfect by acknowledging the God within you. Remember that. The imperfect becomes perfect by acknowledging the God within you. That means it's a personal relationship. You don't need to follow rules, regulations, and guidelines, and conditions, and requirements, and contracts, and all this other stuff. And that's, if you think about it, that's what we're all going through today. And so once we release ourselves and say, you know what? I am perfect, whole, and complete. So let's say that. I am perfect, whole, and complete. There's no condition in that. Stand up to yourself to say, that's who I am and that's what I'll always be. It doesn't matter what anybody says. There's no politics involved in this. There's no anything. There's no likes or dislikes. It's just us becoming who we are. And that's what Science of Mind started teaching me. Not to be afraid. Remember, I came from a teaching where, boy, did I fall out of that box. You know, they just thought, and I'll share with you, there's people that I were new in the Timothy ministry that, oh no, I'm going to get married and have kids, and that's going to change me because Christ is going to change me. Well, we forget a little piece now of knowledge. Christ can't change anybody. You have to change yourself. That's the whole moral of a story of faith. It's not about somebody or someone up there or anywhere else or our friend or our wife. And you know, I was engaged at that time, and I thought, if I get married and have kids, what happens if I say I can't do this anymore? Look at the other people I'm affecting. So I chose a different path. And the other thing about faith, see, there's no failure in faith. So what we all did in our past, where we are today, is because where we were yesterday and who and what we did yesterday. So don't be ashamed of whatever you thought you did in the past and how society looked at it as wrong or how another person, it doesn't matter. Because you're here today because of yesterday. Be grateful. I'm proud of what I went through. I'm proud of what I learned about because it showed me I, Ed Torres, is perfect, whole, and complete. And there's no one on this planet or in the heavens that can say otherwise. They can try, but I'll tell you right now as I'm standing, sorry, it will not change my ability. I embrace everything I went through, my failures, my successes, and all the people that they think that I had shortcomings. But you know what? It doesn't matter. Because Science of Mind teaches us we are who we are and that God is within us. So we don't have to go and grab anyone. So that is about the faith that I hold on to every day. You know, for a while, I shunned the Bible, where I was rooted in. And then I realized, well, wait a minute. There is things in that book, just like in many other books, that mean something. That doesn't mean we have to believe everything that book says, but Hebrews chapter 11, verse 1. That's in my soul, that's in my heart, that's what it will always be. The second is trust. Now, if you think about that, the teachings and religions, it's always about trust. We are taught to trust in someone or something. In my case, in the past, I was taught to trust Jesus Christ. I still acknowledge the teachings of the Christ. There's nothing that has changed me from that. Jesus does not separate children from families. I'm sorry. If somebody wants to show me in the Bible where it says that, he does not build walls to prevent people from coming in places. He feeds everyone. If you look in the Bible, when he provided food and the manna, did he say, oh, those of you who believe me can eat, and those of you who are still considering, well, you stay here and wait? When he made water into wine, he didn't say, well, those that believe. So I want us to realize we should never be ashamed again of our past, to trust the things that we have gone through, to know that this is who we are. And I'm proud of it. And I don't care if people went to prison, jail, this, that, whatever. That was one of the greatest things, forgiveness. Now, where I came from, if you forgave someone, or there was always a condition. Wow, what if they mess up? Well, that's unfortunate that we had to put that judgment in there. And that's why people begin to have a problem when they forgive themselves, and if they drink again, and then they fall off the wagon, like they say, they beat themselves up. It's like, wow. But that's why you have sponsors. You have people supporting people to lift you up in the times of darkness. Well, that's what we have here today. I consider all of you people I can go to and say, you know what? I just need some support. I know all of you. I respect all of you. I see the godliness in every single person, and I can go person by person and say what I see within each one of you. And it's nothing but good and very good. And why? Because science of mind has taught me that's who we see in everyone. Even in the shelter program, I see goodness. I tell the staff, see the goodness in people. Do not judge them for what they've done, because the moment you start judging people, then you better look at yourself in the mirror. And some people need, beveled glass and little stones around their mirror because, they try to say, oh, no, it's not me. We're all imperfect, so what? But we can be proud of ourselves. So trusting that has the ability to connect with us to the God of the universe. That's what trust is. We are all here because we trust each other. I know that sounds kind of weird because some of you may not know each other, but you know what? You walk through those doors and you trust the people that are sitting here. Why? Because you love thyself. And if they love thyself, then there's trust. Always remember, however, science of mind has shown me that I have God within me and that I am perfect, whole, and complete. And again, I'll go to bed saying that. And, I have days, I'm human. I can feel really crappy and say, God, man, what a bad day. Trials and tribulations, as, the Bible says and other teachings say, I don't consider them bad things. See, trials and tribulations reveal the godliness through us. I want you to really hear what I'm saying. When you're in a dark place, embrace it. When things are going wrong for you as you think, embrace it. Why? Because that's knowledge and that's wisdom. And with knowledge and wisdom, you can rise above and have solution. That's what science of mind has taught me. There's never an end to your life or whatever you're doing. Failure is just a step. So embrace that, the quality of saying, you know what? Yeah, I messed up today, but tomorrow is a new day. So the other aspect, we don't need anyone or anything to be between me and God in the universe. That's the trust. We have to believe the God within us. We don't need a third party to negotiate. And I'm sorry for those of you out there who are maybe living the life that I did. And I had someone recently. I was raising money for our shelter program, and this man was committed to give $30,000. He said, do you mind if I see your church website? I said, no. He called me up, he says, well, you mentioned God 25 times in your website, but you didn't mention Jesus. And the only way to get to God is through Jesus. So I can't give you the money. I said, I'm very sorry for that. Think about that. So, should we go change our website? No. That person is so blindsided of what the shelter was doing. I mean, it just blew my mind. So I said, okay. So I said, okay, God, we're going to get the money another way. But it's sad that we're living in a society that words. He told me, he says, I can't fund something that disagrees with what I believe. And I said, well, I'm really sorry about that. Have a good day. Yeah. But I mean, we don't need. That's the freedom. That's the trust. We have absorbed in our bodies, in our teachings that, you know what? We do not need a middle person. There's no need. And I'm not condemning any of the teachings and religions that we, work with and correspond with. I look at all of them as perfect, whole, and complete. And they accept us for who we are. They now come through our doors finally. Wow. In the early days, they were afraid. They thought we were doing, cooking a cow or something. I don't know. But you know what? So remember, no matter what, forgiveness of thyself. I always forgive Ed because I'm not perfect. And I know when you see me, you may not know what I forgave myself yesterday or even that moment before you, but you know what? You see Ed as perfect, whole, and complete. So I see you as perfect, whole, and complete. What a freedom that we have in this teaching. The last is acceptance of everyone and thyself. That's another thing I taught. Remember, when I left the ministry, I blamed Ed for being gay. How crazy is that? We blame ourselves because we don't have a job, we don't have a car, we don't have a relationship. We're always blaming ourselves for everything. Well, you know what? I'm here to tell you, turn that around and say, God within me, I look forward to the things that I want to achieve, and I will work hard to make that happen. Because faith of the substance of things hoped for, of the evidence of not seen, has taught me to know unequivocally through science of mind that whatever I proclaim will come to pass. We've had losses in our families, loved ones. We've lost people because of politics. We just have to realize it's got to start with us inside. Because it doesn't do any good to start getting into the darkness of things. See, anger, hatred, and I'll use a word that I thought was kind of crazy, evenly yoked in the Bible. That's another story I will tell you, some of the crazy things I did. To some of my family members, because again, I couldn't spend time with them because they're unevenly yoked because they believe over here and I'm over here. That was the craziest thing. I apologized to my father after I got my senses. A man who loved me, who raised me, and I'm over here condemning him because he doesn't believe the way I do. But he believed in God. He believed in Christ, but he didn't believe the way I was growing up at that time. Wow. So, acceptance is so powerful. Most teachings and religions require you to feel bad or guilty or ashamed of what has happened in your life or what actions you have done today or even in your thoughts. That's crazy. Too much energy. I mean, we all have thoughts. We all have concepts and ideas. So I want you to realize that it's very powerful that science of mind teaches us to love those around us for who they are, no matter what they have done. That's the purity of God, in my opinion. And this is the biggest work in process for me and for everyone who wants to be the light in the darkness. And I will share with you, That's what's happening in our world today. There's only two things. If you want to get spiritual, there's light and darkness. That's the simplest thing. And people who go and protest, as long as they believe in truth, the truth shall set you free. The light. And there will come a time where we will all be asked the question, do you want to stand up for what you believe or don't you? There's no difficulty about it. It's just that's how our society is moving to, and these are things that we all have to deal with and we have to face. So the Science of Mind teaching has set me free. I can have a meal with somebody who I don't agree with. And I'm struggling with my relatives. Okay, I'll be honest. I'm not perfect. Okay? It's very, very hard because they're so dogmatic. There's no quarter of an inch of wiggle room to say, well, okay, you could be right. So, again, we have to pick those times. It's not easy. And again, I'm glad we are perfect, whole, and complete. Now, I want to share one thing. I told everybody what was going on with me, medically. And a situation occurred. And this is where faith comes in. And tithing comes in. I want everyone to understand the importance of those two connectivities. So I got a call. I was like, I'm supposed to have a treatment tonight. And I got a call. And they said, hey, you've been denied by Medicare. Now, I've been on Medicare for almost 2 years getting this medication. And they said, oh, no, you got denied. I said, oh. So I took action. I said, Lord, I'm going to write in the portal of my doctor and saying, hey, what is going on here? And I'm over here like, I didn't get mad at anybody. So long story short, I'm just like, And there were solutions. I can go to emergency and say, this is what I've been on, and they would have to give me my treatment. However, yesterday I got a call at 12:42 from my insurance company from Part D. Said, oh, you've been approved. Unconditionally, with no expiration. So, was it my doctor who I sent the email to saying, hey, I want to know what's up. You told me that I cannot miss treatments, and if I do, this can come back very aggressively. So I want everyone to understand the power of prayer, the power of faith, and the power of knowing our expectations. Do not give up on yourselves, and do not give up on the God within us. Because with those, we will always succeed. And we're all here together. So I can go on a few more things, but I will share with you one other last aspect. And I hope you're getting something out of this, because we are who we are. And you know what? I am what I am. Who sings that song? David, you know that? Huh? What's that? Yeah. I am what I am. But that's who we are. And you know what? We have to tell people, either accept me for who I am, or, that's okay. We shouldn't be afraid to say that's okay. So, anyway, living on the inner edge. Living on the inner edge is about meeting the tension between who we think we are and who we really are. Howard Thurman describes how fiercely we cling to our private sense of self, even as life invites us to step beyond it. That inner edge, the boundary between the familiar and the unknown, often feels uncomfortable because it's challenges to our self-judgment and the small stories we tell about ourselves. Ernest Holmes reminds us that while human standards shift and falter, the standards of spirit is always perfection. Science of mind teaches us that our true nature is already whole, already perfect. And most importantly, we don't fully believe it yet, but we will. On the edge is to allow the perfection to steep into the cracks of our self-perceptions, softening judgment, expanding acceptance. It is to release our grip on the private possessions of our life and open to the greater dignity, one that sees ourselves as Spirit sees us. And that is who we are. And with that, and so it is. Thank you.
I heard that. That was good. Very edifying. That was good.
Edifying.
Yes.
Thanks, Ed. You all know what Jesus said about being gay? Not one word. Okay. So, wait a minute.
So I'll be talking next week. So brace yourselves.
Here's a song by Harold Arlen and Johnny Mercer. I'll go something like this here. You got an accent. Wait a minute.
Nope. Wrong accent.
47. Okay. You've got to accentuate the positive and eliminate the negative and latch on to the affirmative. Don't mess with Mr. In Between. You got to spread joy up to the maximum and bring gloom down to the minimum and have faith or pandemonium's liable to walk upon the scene. To illustrate my last remark, Jonah in the whale, Noah in the ark. What did they do just when everything looked so dark? Man, I said we better accentuate the positive and eliminate the negative and don't to the affirmative. Don't mess with Mr. In Between. My last remark, Jonah in the whale, Noah in the ark. What did they do to just when everything looked so dark? Man, they said we better accentuate the positive and eliminate the negative and latch on to the affirmative. Don't mess with Mr. In Between. Don't mess with Mr. In Between.
right? So, we are ready. And by the way, the Living on the Inner Edge was Elijah Christopher in Santa Cruz who wrote that, which was really beautiful. So now we get to do something, another thing I've learned out of my past, how beautiful tithing is. And I tell everybody, they kind of look at me when I say this. I go, don't ever not tithe, even if it's $1. Because when you put that dollar in the envelope and you put your name on there, you are telling the God within yourself, I am committed to receive all that I deserve and need. So don't think of tithing as something mishmash and, they just want money or whatever. I was taught that you keep on tithing because the universe will bring this back. I believe that because on a Saturday, my insurance company calls me and says, hey, you're fully approved with no expiration date. I'm like, whoop. Just to let you know, this medicine that I'm on, $152,000 a quarter. I'm worth it. Be proud that you're worth it. Every penny. And I will never, ever say different. So, okay, let's see now. The ushers come forth, which they did, thank you. And for those of you who are watching remotely, are we supposed to do the music first? It just says, musicians will play the music at this time.
Yeah, after the affirmation.
After the, okay. See, once I get up here, you can't get me off. Okay, we are going to read the affirmation. Ready? Are you ready to? From the love of pure spirit within me, I bless this gift. I send it forth to heal and bless and prosper. It is evidence of my faith and my belief. It does great work in the world, and it returns to me multiplied abundantly, and so it is.
Thank you for giving. Thank you for receiving. And thank you for being who you are. Thank you for breathing. And thank you for believing. Thank you for being who you are. The universe is flowing with love that's ever growing. You are the vessel of that love. So thank you for caring, and bless you for your sharing. Thank you for being who you are. Thank you for being who you are.
Okay, congregation, stretch out your hands. And those of you on Facebook and YouTube, you know how to give your money. Zelle, Venmo, PayPal, even a check in a secured box. And let me just tell you something. You want to be blessed? Tithe. For not just us, but for you. That's the important. It's a very personal thing. You want things to happen? Then let's make it happen. So I bless these tithes and these gifts and the offering, knowing that they will sufficiently to cover the needs of CRS Redlands, which is a successful idea in the mind of God. How good it is to speak this word and to know this truth now. And together we say, and so it is. Okay, we now have Jean here for the announcements.
It's called traveling
For
music.
today, February 1st. Okay, I just covered this, but I'll do it again. If you're willing to make a regular weekly commitment to tithe to CRS Redlands, whether you attend in person or not, and if you're watching online, please message David our mixer if you're viewing remotely, or see me, Ed, Phil, Audrey, Holly, or any board member. Smile. We are still short of our goal to meet the minimum weekly expenses of $875 or more for our center to be able to continue to operate. Smile again. Tomorrow, Monday, February 2nd, is the next Divine Feminine Circle from 10 until 11:30 a.m. here in our sanctuary, lovingly facilitated by Gail Yondell and practitioner Susie Ammons. Tuesday, February 10th, 8:30 to 10:30 a.m., sign up for our Zoom workshop called Breath of Life, facilitated by yoga instructor Anastasia in Ukraine. We have the link for you. Also on that same night, February 10th, at the Tartan in Redlands, there will be a fundraiser, that's how we support our women, and they're going to do a fundraiser for our person who cleans the church and her children, her 3 children, who husband was tragically, I can't even say the words, murdered. So anyways, you can come out and have dinner, and also there'll be several raffles. I'm going to prepare a basket if anybody would like to donate anything to the basket. It's kind of a care basket. So that's Tuesday night, February 10th at 6 p.m. So then Friday, February 20th, 6:30 p.m. is the next Inland Empire Almanac show here in our sanctuary, hosted by our one and only Phil Courtney. Yay, Phil. You are invited to rise up for the closing song. Thank you for being here with us today.
Thank you, Gene. Rise up.
Let's rise up.
Get your shakers.
Be happy. We're all here. We're all perfect, whole, and complete. So let's rise up, open up the back doors, and let our voices be heard.
I used to think I'd always be alone, separate, misunderstood. I spent my days in quiet desperation, but on the outside, things looked good. And I discovered the error of my thinking, the lie at the base of all my fears. So simple that it turned my world around. Oh, why did it take so many years? Now I am walking with my eyes wide open. I am going with my mind wide open. Loving with my heart wide open. I am walking with my eyes wide open. And I am walking with my eyes wide turned off. I am going with my mind wide open. I am loving with my heart wide open. I am walking with my eyes wide open, wide open. There is no separation, no matter what it looks like. There's no separation, no matter what they say. No separation except what I imagine. And I imagine separation's gone away. Now I am walking with my eyes wide open. I've been possibilities wide open. Read the lyrics, I embrace them with my arms wide open. I am walking with my eyes wide open. I am walking with my eyes wide open. I am dancing through my life wide open. To my future waiting there wide open. I am walking with my eyes wide open, wide open, wide open, wide open.
Have some food, and I look forward to all of the expectations that you will all receive this coming week. And so it is.
And so it is.
Amen.
And there's goodies in the back. Yeah, sorry. I couldn't hear it. You know, I just. simpler beats. That one's got a lot of boom chicka boom chicka going
Yeah.
on, you know.
Yeah.
Instead of like boom boom back.
Could maybe shut off the percussion, but I'll mess with it.
Okay, thank you.